Did humankind really step foot on the moon, or was it all an elaborate hoax? Welcome one and all to a journey filled with intrigue, mystery, and a dash of cosmic wonder. Our voyage today will take us back to the summer of 1969, a pivotal moment in human history, when the Apollo 11 mission supposedly landed the first man on the moon. But was it all as it seemed? For years, whispers of doubt have swirled around this monumental event. Conspiracy theories, as intriguing as they are contentious, have cast a long shadow on this milestone of human achievement, leading many to question, did we really land on the moon? So buckle up. It's time to delve into history, sift through the controversies, and attempt to unravel the truth. Let's get started. Before the historical landing, Neil Armstrong faced a near-death experience. Armstrong, the astronaut destined to leave the first human footprints on the lunar surface, had a task to master. This task was learning to control the Lunar Landing Training Vehicle, a contraption so dangerous it was dubbed the Flying Bedstead. In one training session, the vehicle spun out of control. Armstrong, with his quick thinking and test pilot instincts, ejected just half a second before the vehicle crashed into a fireball. It was a close shave, a brush with mortality that could have rewritten history. Yet instead of dampening the spirits of the team, this incident fueled their resolve. They had a mission to accomplish, a dream to fulfill, and they were not going to let anything stand in their way. Despite this scare, the mission moved forward. The team worked tirelessly to ensure that the actual lunar module, Eagle, would not meet the same fate as the prototype. This incident, though a stark reminder of the risks involved, served as a testament to the bravery and determination of these pioneers who dared to venture into the unknown. On July 20, 1969, the world watched as the Eagle landed. This was no ordinary bird, mind you, but the Apollo 11 lunar module, aptly named the Eagle. It was a moment that seemed to stop time as the world held its collective breath. Nestled within the Eagle were two intrepid astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, about to make history. The mission was a success, but it was no small feat. It was the culmination of years of relentless work, trial and error, and the audacious spirit of human exploration. Armstrong's first steps on the moon's desolate surface, his famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," were broadcast live to millions of viewers back on Earth. But as the euphoria of the moment faded, the seeds of skepticism began to sprout. Questions arose, doubts were cast, and conspiracy theories began to circle like vultures over a carcass. Was the moon landing a hoax? A fabrication spun by the American government to claim victory in the space race? Despite these theories, the Apollo 11 mission remains a significant milestone in human history. It embodies the limitless potential of human ingenuity and our innate desire to explore the unknown. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we dare to dream and then have the courage to turn those dreams into reality. But not everyone was convinced of this monumental achievement. Skeptics soon began to question the authenticity of the moon landing. In the years following this historic event, a myriad of conspiracy theories emerged, casting a shadow of doubt over the mission's success. Some claimed the entire moon landing was a staged event performed in a secret location on Earth. They pointed to perceived inconsistencies in the mission's footage and photographs as evidence of their claims. One of the most prominent skeptics was Bart Sibrel, who gained notoriety for his aggressive confrontations with Apollo astronauts, demanding they swear on the Bible that they had indeed landed on the moon. Sibrel and others like him argued that the US government had fabricated the moon landing to claim victory in the space race against the Soviet Union. The skeptics' criticisms were wide-ranging. They scrutinized the astronauts' movements in the low-gravity environment, the absence of stars in the photographs, and the American flag's apparent ripple in the airless lunar atmosphere. Each of these points, however, has been systematically addressed by experts. For instance, the flag's ripple was due to a horizontal rod designed to keep it extended in the vacuum of space. The absence of stars? A result of the camera's exposure settings, not an omission in a fabricated backdrop. Despite the evidence, these theories continue to persist, fueled by a mistrust in government and a desire for sensational narratives. The most common argument? Photographic inconsistencies. Taking pictures on the moon wasn't as simple as clicking a button. While astronauts were trained to handle a variety of tasks, photography in a lunar environment presented unique challenges. Imagine the difficulty of focusing a camera, adjusting settings, and framing a shot, all while wearing a bulky spacesuit with thick protective gloves. Not to mention the harsh, unfiltered sunlight on the lunar surface, which could cause overexposure and high contrast in the images. Experts have raised questions about the complexity of operating cameras under these conditions. However, it's important to remember that the cameras used during the Apollo missions were specially designed for this purpose. They were mounted to the astronauts' chests, allowing them to operate the camera's shutter and film advance lever without needing to remove their gloves. Additionally, pre-flight training provided astronauts with a thorough understanding of the camera's functions and the lunar lighting conditions. As for the photographic inconsistencies pointed out by skeptics, such as shadows appearing at different angles or the absence of stars in the lunar sky, these can be explained by the unique lighting conditions on the moon and the high exposure settings of the cameras, which would make faint stars difficult to capture. Let's not forget, these were some of the first photographs ever taken on the moon, under conditions vastly different from those on Earth. As such, it's only natural that they would present some unusual characteristics. Another point of contention was the movement of astronauts in their spacesuits, but we'll delve into that in the next segment. Could an astronaut really move and work effectively in a bulky spacesuit? This has been a burning question among many moon landing skeptics. To answer this, a series of experiments were conducted to test the functionality and limitations of the spacesuit. You see, spacesuits are pressurized. This is vital for keeping astronauts alive in the void of space where there is no breathable air or atmospheric pressure. However, this pressurization also stiffens the suit, making movement more difficult. Picture trying to bend a fully inflated balloon without popping it. That's a bit like what moving in a pressurized spacesuit is like. But here's where the experiments come in. Some determined conspiracy theorists have set out to test the limitations of these suits. They've donned replicas, or sometimes even original vintage suits, and attempted to recreate the movements seen in the moon landing footage. And guess what? Despite the suit's limitations, they were able to move in ways similar to the astronauts on the moon. This supports the idea that, while challenging, it was indeed possible for Armstrong and Aldrin to move and work on the moon in their spacesuits. But what about the Soviets? Weren't they ahead in the space race? The Soviet Union was indeed a formidable contender in the space race. They were the first to reach several significant milestones in space exploration. The Soviet Union's Luna program was a series of robotic spacecraft missions sent to the moon. Luna 2, launched in September of 1959, was the first man-made object to reach the moon. But let's delve a little deeper into the question that's been lingering in your mind. If the Soviet Union was so ahead in the space race, why didn't they send a man to the moon? Well, it wasn't for lack of trying. The Soviet Union did plan a manned mission to the moon, but a series of unfortunate events led to the cancellation of the program. Their lunar lander, the Luna 16, successfully returned lunar soil samples to Earth, but their manned lunar program faced numerous setbacks, including the tragic death of their lead designer, Sergei Korolev. The Soviet Union's N-1 rocket, designed to carry a crew to the moon, also faced 4 unsuccessful launch attempts. Ultimately, the Soviet Union decided to focus on other aspects of space exploration, including the development of space stations. Their achievements in this area are undeniable, with the launch of the world's first space station, Salyut 1 in 1971. Now let's summarize what we've discussed so far. Despite the controversy, the scientific evidence is hard to dispute. We've journeyed together through the historic Apollo 11 mission, the near-disastrous practice runs with the Moonlander prototype, and the triumphant moment when human footprints were first etched into the lunar dust. We've delved into the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, hearing the arguments of skeptics, and reviewing the criticisms of individuals like Bart Sibrel. We've tackled the photographic challenges faced by astronauts on the moon and the questions raised over the movement capabilities in pressurized spacesuits. And of course, we've also highlighted the role of the Soviet Union in the space race, contemplating why they never sent humans to the moon despite their other significant achievements. Throughout this journey, the scientific evidence supporting the moon landing's authenticity has been reiterated. We've seen how meticulous experiments, thorough research, and technological advancements have debunked many of the doubts and inconsistencies put forward by skeptics. However, it's crucial to remember the importance of critical thinking in evaluating events of such magnitude. While it's healthy and necessary to question and scrutinize, it's equally important to consider the reliability of sources and the weight of the scientific evidence. In the end, it's not just about believing that we landed on the moon. It's about understanding the monumental efforts of humanity in pushing the boundaries of what was once considered impossible. It's about appreciating the scientific and technological leaps that were made and continue to be made in the pursuit of knowledge and discovery. But what do you think? It's always fascinating to explore different perspectives. The moon landing of 1969 is one of those historical events that, despite the abundance of evidence, continues to spark debate and fuel the fires of conspiracy theories. It's an intriguing blend of science, history, and human ambition, all set against the backdrop of the Cold War. There's no denying the allure of the unknown, the unproven, the what-ifs. It's what makes us question what we've been told, and it's what drives us to seek the truth for ourselves. Conspiracy theories, when approached with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking, can be a catalyst for asking important questions about the world around us. But it's crucial to remember that while theories and speculation can be fun and engaging, they cannot and should not replace the hard evidence and scientific consensus. The moon landing, for all its controversy, is a testament to human achievement, a symbol of our collective capacity to dream, innovate, and reach beyond the confines of our Earth. The space race was not just about technological prowess or political one-upmanship. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible, about inspiring generations to look to the stars and imagine a future not bound by our terrestrial limitations. And that, regardless of where you stand on the conspiracy theories, is something truly remarkable. Despite the doubts and skepticism, the moon landing remains a beacon of human achievement. It's a story of courage, determination, and innovation. It's a story that continues to inspire us, to push us to question, to explore, and to dream. In the end, it's not just about whether we landed on the moon, it's about the journey, the spirit of exploration, and the unquenchable thirst for knowledge that defines us as a species. So, let's keep the conversation going, let's keep asking questions, seeking truth, and pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve. Thank you for joining this journey through history. What's your take on the moon landing? Share your thoughts in the comments below.